Well, don't hit him. Stay off Twitter.
So, yeah. I don't think I even have reception out here, like internet reception.
Yeah, well, if we lose you here in a second, we'll know what happened then.
Oh, be a shame if we lost Gas Man.
So
thanks, Saka. Go pound sand.
Go pound sand. Our catchphrase. So we'll move on and talk about the truck series. Eldora Thursday evening. I did get to see that. How about you, boys?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's fun to watch, too.
It was fun to watch, man, but damn, there was a lot of yellow flag laps.
That's true. That is true.
Like, literally almost half of the race was yellow flag laps, caution flags. So I think next year they need to make a provision. Either the yellow flags don't count or they're going to add some lap. I mean, literally, it was like a 2-lap shootout at the end is what it came down to. But ultimately, we saw Stuart Friesen win his first ever truck race.
Yeah, we had 2 first-time winners in a row. I was really hoping that on the Cup side we'd see a brand new winner again, maybe like a Suarez or a Byron.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been exciting. And Briscoe tried to put on a hell of a show coming back.
He tried.
Yeah. It's definitely entertaining. I love Eldora.
We did have a penalty come out of the truck series this week as well. Sheldon Creed's team suspended 3 team members due to unsecured ballast. They lost ballasts out of the truck. So the crew chief, the car chief, and another team member are suspended for 3 races.
Yeah.
That was specifically stated.
The team member was an engineer.
Yeah, because they said in like the before practice, make sure that everything stays in your truck because if you lose ballast, it's going to be a bad time for all of you. And unfortunately, trucks got damaged from that lost ballast, and unfortunate for them. And you have to call it.
Yeah, and it's kind of scary being there at a dirt track with not the most up to standards fencing. I'm sure it meets all the minimum requirements and whatnot, but it's not your traditional paved track facility. So it'd be kind of scary to know that those could come out and then one of the trucks hit them and knock it up, in the stand. That'd kill somebody easily.
And talking about that, we did see a dirt track race this week, actually, where a car flipped over and pieces went into the stands and killed some people.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot. Actually,
in the infield, it went into the infield and killed some people, or at least one person at least. So
that's crazy. Any other takeaways from the truck race before we move on to the rest of the news?
No, I don't have anything. So you guys may have talked about this and I missed it, but wasn't Kyle Busch a douchebag brake checking Byron like that? Yeah,
we said that's a Kyle thing to do. I don't think anybody was surprised by it, but Byron wasn't the smartest decision on Byron's end.
No.
So what's your thoughts on Canals kind of telling him what to do?
Yeah, I could see Chad. He's frustrated.
Chad's vocal.
He's used to, Jimmy Johnson, his 7-time champion. Like, he expects perfection, and when he feels wrong, he is a little bit too vocal, if you ask me. A crew chief should just analyze, calm the driver down, not get the driver fired up.
Byron needs to know where to draw the line as far as listening and taking action.
Yeah.
Because last weekend, when they were at Pocono, Canals asked Byron why he didn't jump up and block a car that was coming. And Byron said, because he's 10 mile an hour faster than me.
I'm not going to block a car that's 10 mile an hour faster than me.
So Canals needs to pump the brakes a little bit, realize he's up on the pit box, not in the car, and realize it's a whole different world out there, right? So I understand he's passionate about the sport and the team in that specific instance and time frame, but he needs to pull the reins back a little bit.
Yeah, I think he went overboard for a crew chief.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm sure he instantly regretted it, like a lap later.
Whenever William comes in with a busted up car, he's like, "Yeah, that's kind of my fault."
There goes any.
Maybe that whole throwback paint scheme went to his head.
Go out there and hit the pace car, except for pace car, it was Kyle Busch. So on that, we that was unveiled this week. Byron is running a throwback at Darlington that's a homage to Days of Thunder.
Yeah, they even did a little social media outreach, sort of staging the scene where Cole Trickle was to ride up on his motorcycle, and it's, who is this driver? Oh, he's been running open wheels, and that whole scene where he gets introduced with the car, and that's really cool to embrace the movie that everyone loves in the sport and sort of play that role, and exciting to see for sure.
Yep.
Woo! I found civilization, folks.
Good for you.
Is it just like a house with someone standing outside with a chainsaw, or?
It's a highway. I found a highway.
You found the road. Good job.
Yeah.
On other news, Darlington wise, Bubba unveiled a throwback scheme this weekend honoring Adam Petty.
Yep.
So that was a pretty cool looking.
That takes me back to high school.
Yeah, pretty cool scheme.
Yeah. And someone brought up, with Bubba doing that paint scheme, why doesn't Ganassi do a Kenny Irwin throwback for Larson?
Yeah, that would be pretty cool to see. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome. So talking about news, fellows, and mainly logs there. So last week we left some breadcrumbs on who we're going to interview at Bristol.
Yes.
So do we reveal that, or do we leave more breadcrumbs?
Well, I saw you posted it on our Twitter on someone's reply. So
yeah, I posted it once.
It's
that was
out there.
2 weeks ago.
Now it's public knowledge.
Technically, it is out there. Technically, it is, but people aren't going to go digging through our replies.
It shouldn't be that hard to find.
You've got 3 replies. Which one has the name?
That's not true. Gasman's very vocal on the Twitter.
Not much as I should be.
He's on there attacking Rob Kaufman and Steve Phelps on a daily basis. So.
I know, it's been a couple days.
Making sure his media privileges get removed.
So while we're on the topic, yeah, we will be at Bristol this next weekend after Michigan. So if you fans are going to be out there, find us, tweet us, slide in our DMs, let us know. We'll meet up with you. We got some free swag. Yeah, we're gonna be handing out. So come and find us. We're gonna meet a couple drivers, I think. Got a couple things lined up out there, but would love to meet some fans if you're going to be out there. Last thing that I have news-wise is, and this is today, it was announced today, Discount Tire signed a multi-year agreement extension with Penske. They're actually going to be the primary sponsor for more races on Roger Penske's, Brad Keselowski's car next year in 2020. They're going from 10 primary races to 15 next year, and I believe they're covering all the crown jewels. So the championship finale at Phoenix, Indianapolis, and also the Daytona 500. So cool to see that sponsor expanding and signing a multi-year deal. I like Discount Tire. I've got tires there a few times, so cool to see them in the sport and signing a longer contract.
Yeah, to me, they always had great customer service.
They do, yeah.
You guys probably remember conversations I had about tires with Vinny on a couple of episodes.
Yeah.
And I actually, based on our conversation, went and bought a pair of really expensive freaking tires from Discount Tire.
Yeah. So, folks, go use Discount Tire.
Our sponsors.
Yeah. Sports sponsors, go use Discount Tire.
You think Discount Tire will sponsor an episode by giving us a set of tires?
I don't think so. You don't need tires anyways. I heard you were buying a new truck.
Only if my other truck mysteriously burns up.
Well,
we might be able to arrange that to happen.
Yeah.
So Gasman's got
this real truck is awesome.
Gasman's got a sweet truck there in Wisconsin just to fill everybody in. So maybe he'll post a photo later on Twitter or something. You can see it. But I
actually posted on Snapchat already. So essentially, my company's got a deal with one of the rental car companies that you get a medium level car, but they have this what is called this aisle that equates to a medium sized car. Mm-hmm. And you can choose any car in that aisle. I got a jacked up 2019 Dodge Ram Rebel. It's got like red interior, like red leather interior. It's a sweet looking truck. It's got air ducts on the hood, and all kinds of fancy shit.
Nice.
Fancy stuff. Yeah.
Supporting Dodge, huh? All right. What was the other options?
A Nissan Frontier, or like a Toyota Camry, and I think I get a Nissan Maxima or something. And there's a whole row of junk. This trash. Look, I'm a truck guy. I look and see this. I'm like, all right, I'm getting that one. It's taller than the rest.
Gotcha. All right. Well, any footnote remarks, Gas Man, before we wrap up here, especially with it next week being Bristol?
Not a whole lot. I want to thank Saka for stepping in. I know he cannot fill my shoes, and he's trying, but I appreciate the efforts anyway. God, you guys, where's the freaking laughter at tonight?
Hey, I laughed. Saka didn't.
Anyway. What?
I said I laughed. Saka didn't.
Oh, okay. So, anyway, next week at Bristol, it's going to be an exciting freaking time. We're going to post what we can on all media platforms that we can. It will be hard for us to keep up with it. We will have probably, I'm sure we'll release our interviews throughout the day, or at least at night of what we did during the day. So I do have one request to the fans besides all the other requests during the show. I do have one more request to add in. Is that, let's just say we're going to be talking to your favorite driver. What are some questions that you want answered?
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. So, yeah, send us those questions, because this is a new ball game for us, and we could use a little help there in that department. So send us some good questions that you don't typically get to ask, or you don't see other reporters or interviewers ask, and maybe we can work that out.
No boring. How's the car? Are you excited to race tonight?
Yeah, so exactly, Saka. I want to stay away from what all the big media outlets do, and I want to be a little more personal with the drivers or the crew chiefs, whoever we talk to.
If you could be any cookie, what kind of cookie would you be?
Gasman, are we still doing next week's episode on the drive?
Long as you bring the mic, or I guess I use a little recorder, then yeah, we can. That works for me.
Okay,
so I'm in Wisconsin/Minnesota until I fly in, and you pick me up on the way to Bristol. So.
Yep. So what we're gonna do is similar to what we did for the Coke 600 program, is where we had a long drive, so we just recorded on the drive and then uploaded that using a hotspot. So we'll probably do that. So that basically means next week's episode will be delayed a day, because we're not driving to Bristol until Thursday evening. So you won't see
late evening.
Yeah, so you won't see our typical upload on Wednesday. It'll actually be delayed a day, but it'll be worth it.